I bet most of you won't be able to guess this. What instrument is playing this? Is it an mbira? Is it a balafon? Turns out it's neither, even though it sounds like both. The instrument is this, a tianhu, or a raft zither in English. You know what's really kind of unfortunate? Trying to look up how to pronounce this correctly, I didn't really find much because Google keeps thinking I want to translate Chinese. It's not Chinese, it's African. This instrument comes from Burkina Faso, of the Bwaba people, and it's a very interesting little thing here. It's made entirely of bamboo or straw, and it acts pretty much like a zither, which is why I think it's sort of called a zither, even though I don't really know how that's classified in this case, because at least I was under the impression that zithers were mostly strings, and these aren't strings, but they kind of act in a similar way, so maybe that's why. Lovely. Now this thing is made of bamboo or straw, and each of these strands here acts as the zither's sort of string, and they're also wrapped with little bits of bamboo around here where you are meant to pluck it or strum it. And some of them actually have thicker strands of bamboo than the others. On one side of the instrument there are pairs of strings, one of them having a thicker sheet of bamboo wrapped around it than the other. This one produces a sound an octave below the neighboring string. On the other side of the instrument, the strings are tuned to the same note. Now, tuning on this instrument is interesting. There are rings of bamboo wrapped around the strands on both sides of the bridge that can be pushed toward the edge of the instrument or inward toward the bridge, and this changes the pitch of the instrument and fixes tuning issues. It's actually quite impressive that all of this can be done entirely with bamboo. You're meant to actually hold it like this so that you have two hands on the instrument and you play like this with alternating hand movements. I'm still trying to figure out how to play it. I also just recently figured out how to tune it after not knowing how to get any usable notes out of it. I realized that I can actually tune this thing. Actually, there are times where I was concerned I might break the strings if I plucked too hard. Overall, I think it's an interesting instrument, and I will be using it a lot in some of my projects. I think I'm also going to do some sampling with it because I think, there's a lot that I can get out of this, and I can probably do some interesting sound design experiments with it for, areas that I'm not able to get directly from the instrument itself, like certain notes, certain tunings, because while I was trying to tune it earlier, there are some notes that the strings just will not get, and instead of trying to force them, because I don't want to break this thing, I am going to, sample some notes and then fill in the blanks and put those on different keys and get different notes out of it. Also, I noticed how rare this instrument is when trying to actually get it. When I actually got it, it was admittedly an impulse purchase, but it seemed interesting enough. I didn't realize until after, when I tried to look up information on it, that there were other listings that were all sold out, but there were only a few. And since finding those listings, I haven't really found any more. So this is not a very common instrument. In fact, Google still thinks it's Chinese when I put the name in because of how it's spelled. So yeah, that's the Tianhu, and I like it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you later.